Week 5 on Zepbound, second week of me using the 5 milligrams. I will update you today on measurements, weigh-in, and new symptoms. And I will take you step by step on how to use the digital measuring tape by RENPHO. If you're interested, keep on watching. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of stung and burned a little bit, which is odd. It didn't do that to me all the other times. I used my left side instead of my right side today. Last week, I injected myself in my abdomen on the right side. Today, I did squeeze my fat. Not sure if that made a difference. Maybe next time, don't do that. Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel. Before we jump into week 5 update, I want to thank each and every one of you who have subscribed to this channel. We have reached 1K and it's already going past that at a very quick rate. So I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I'm grateful for this community who continues to support and encourage. Those things mean everything to me. And it's exactly why I share this journey with you guys, because it is so inspiring and encouraging. So thank you guys so much for being here and also sharing your journey. And if you are new to my channel, thank you for being here. On this channel, I share a little bit of everything, including lifestyle, beauty, and faith. So if you are interested and want to be part of this tribe, please hit that subscribe button and let me know that you are a new subscriber so I can welcome you personally. Now, before we jump in, I also want to make a quick little disclosure that this is my personal journey. Please don't take any of this for medical advice. If you have any medical questions, always contact your provider or your doctor. I am just sharing with you personally what I've been going through and my journey. All right, so let's get into it. Let's discuss week 5 on Zepbound at 5 milligrams. So let's jump into symptoms. Okay, so my first 4 weeks was on the 2.5. The first week being on 2.5 was probably the strongest that I have felt with symptoms. And I would say that week 2 through 4, those symptoms weren't as severe as that first week on 2.5. Now, fast forward to week 5 being on 5 milligrams. And I would say that I felt just as yucky, because that was the word I used in my first video. It was just as yucky being on 5 milligrams, if not even maybe worse. It was a stronger dosage. So I felt very nauseous and I did not want to eat a thing that first night and second day. So I take my dosage on Thursdays. Today is Thursday, but by the time you're seeing this, it is Friday. It is hard for me to actually want to eat, although I am still hungry. But for me, when I start making food or I look at maybe what I want to eat, all of a sudden that desire is just like, ugh, like I don't want to eat. It's a really weird feeling because you're hungry, but you're torn because you don't really feel like eating, but your body's telling you, hey, I am hungry. And you kind of have to force feed yourself a little bit. I will say that that actually got better with time. I would say that maybe the first 3 days were the hardest on the 5 milligrams. That was my first dosage, of course, of the 5 milligrams. I am interested to see what this second week is going to look like. But definitely, I was nauseous, cotton mouth, and very lethargic the first day or two, just very tired. I just wanted to fall asleep and do nothing, which that's not possible in my life ever. I'm also incapable of napping. I don't nap. I don't know. Like there are people who nap like a champ, like they're getting paid. That is not me. It is hard for me to nap, especially when I have other things that I want to do or get, done throughout the house. So that is just not a thing for me. So I had to push through the tiredness and just keep on going. The other symptom, and allow me to be completely vulnerable with you guys right now, because this is a hard one for me and I am not sure if this is a symptom. A lot of this is just really trying to figure out what is going on with me personally versus is this part of the shot. I noticed in the last few weeks, and I didn't discuss it, but my anxiety had been creeping up a lot more than usual. And I do take medication for anxiety. When it's severe, I'll take it. I am not I don't like taking medication. Like I'm not a fan of it. But if it's bad enough that I feel like I can't manage and it's interrupting how I function throughout the day, then yes, I take it. And last week, the anxiety was a little bit more severe. I did have to take medication because when I start feeling anxious, I also get bad headaches. I feel nauseous. So that paired up with the fact that I'm already nauseous because of the medication, but I know that it's more anxiety driven. That was just a little bit unsettling for me. The other thing that I started to feel, and again, you guys let me know if this is something that you have gone through, but mood swings. Is that an actual thing? Because I'm starting to conclude that maybe this shot is taking me through mood swings. Like I was feeling very irritable towards the end of the week. Again, took the shot Thursday. And by Sunday, Monday, I was irritable. I was feeling a little bit angry. Um, and now I'm just really sad the last few days. And actually, I can't pinpoint whether or not it's the shot because I am also going through life circumstances. And the way that I'm battling through that is just keeping myself grounded in faith. I am not saying that I won't shed tears because tears have been shed. Um, and sadness can creep up. Once that starts happening, I just start to pray. I start to read my Bible and I start to listen to worship music to rebuke all of that and, just keep myself focused on God and his plan for me. But this week has been a little bit rough in terms of these mood swings where I'm feeling irritable and I'm also feeling sad. And it was hard. I'm not going to lie. It is hard to put this video together today. I didn't even want to, do my face. My hair is looking a little rough today. It was hard because I just kind of want to shut down and not really do anything or, I just want to just be closed off. And that is also not the way to do it. I'm just pushing through and I'm not going to let this get the better of me. Like, no, we're not doing it. So I am going to let myself feel my feelings. Again, I am going through certain circumstances and I did get some news that I wasn't too happy with. But we're going to continue to push through and we are going to continue to depend on God because I will not let the enemy win this one. No. Okay. So that is it for symptoms. And I thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable with you. I always want to be as transparent as possible. And I don't want you to think that everything is just like hugs, kisses, and rainbows. That's not life. And that's just not where I am right now, even as I am filming this. But you guys do bring me joy. And I know that I will feel much better once I am done with this and I have shared my journey. And if you guys identify with this, please drop it in the comments because it really does help me and others know that, this is not something that we are making up in our heads and we feel validated. So if you guys have gone through this, then please and let us know what it is that you do to get yourself out of this funk. Okay, so let's jump into measurements. But before we jump into measurements, I want to show you how to use this RENPHO digital measuring tape. And someone had dropped in the comments that they have scoured the internet trying to find out how to do it. So I'm just going to take you through a quick step by step. Okay, so this is the digital RENPHO measuring tape. This is the on button, the on and off button, right? The power button. And here where the M is, that is going to show you the centimeters if you want to take it in centimeters or inches. You click it again and that will show you the inches. I hope that this is displaying. You'll see the little Bluetooth icon flashing on and off. When you are done taking your measurement, like let's say this is how you pull, right, the measuring tape. And as you can see, as you pull it, the numbers start to go up, right? You would lock it in here. Whoops. You will lock it in here. So you stick that right in there. And let's say you're, I don't know, measuring, like let's do my wrist. You're going to push this button to retract. And then, oh, look, my wrist is 5.9 inches. But that's how you do it. And then it will log it right into the app. So I'm going to show you the app in a little bit and how that works. But you can always stretch it out and then take it off. And if you want to retract, you just hit that button right there and it will retract. But it is really basic in terms of how to use this. The app is a little bit of where I had a little bit of trouble, but I will show you the app in a second and show you how I go through the app and how it measures. Now, just to show you, I have it on my iPhone and on my iPad. I'm doing my iPad because as I'm filming, it is hard for me to obviously track it. So I've been doing it manually, but today we are definitely going to update this and I will do a recording of how I do it while I am doing it on camera. And again, we'll take you through the step by step so you can see how this works. So I will turn this on. And I believe I mentioned at first when I was setting this up, it was very simple. I downloaded the app, Bluetooth syncs with your device, and that was pretty easy. I didn't have to go looking for where to do it. It was very easy. So my device is already registered. I'm going to go into my measurements. The measurements that if you are seeing it on the screen right now, these are the measurements of last week. So we're going to start with my waist. I've pulled up the app and I'm going to bring this down a little bit so we can get a more accurate read. I like doing it with this thing facing me. Oh, so I'm going to hit waist on my app and I am going to start doing right there. I'm going to lock it in. And then I am going to retract it as it's on my waist. I'm going to retract it with this gray button on the side. Right? That brings it to 34.33 inches. I'm going to confirm. That's my waist. All right. Oh, look, it even shows you like I was hitting confirm, but it was taking me through the next measurement. Abdomen and waist it put at 34.33. I don't even know the difference, but I guess abdomen would be down here. I've not tracked my abdomen before, so I just want to, can I zero this out? I guess the abdomen is the lower part of the stomach. I'll do the abdomen, but I wasn't trying to. But since we are here, let's do the abdomen. The abdomen is at 35.19 inches. All right, so now we're going to do the hip. It's showing me where to do the hip. I'm going to bring this down. So the hip I usually do right here. Let me bring this up because I get uncomfy with my stomach all out. We're going to do the hip now. Stretch this out a little bit more. I'm going to lock it. Do my hip. Okay. And that is the hip area. And that is showing 42.87. We're going to do the thigh, and I'm going to just slip this. I'm trying to be lazy, guys. I'm going to slip this down. We're going to do the left thigh. I already have it in this loop because I already locked it in. It's just easier that way. And I'm going to slip into it like this. I do have pants, long pants on today, but bear with me, guys. I'm going to hit the side and retract slowly. I think it needs to retract a tad bit more. And we have 23.11 on the left thigh. I am not doing the calf. Let's do the right thigh. So I'm just jumping to the measurements that I want on my app. And I took the same thing and I brought it up to my right leg. And let's see. This one is giving on my right thigh 22.75. I'm going to confirm that. All right, I slipped it off there. Let's do the arms. And I absolutely love the way this does the arms because, again, I was struggling with that a lot. You guys saw me. So let's do the right arm. I'm going to hit it on my app, right arm, or it says bicep. Yeah. All right, let's do this. And I just hit the gray button. It's super easy. And then I just cinch it in until it hits 13.46. And let's do the left. And I will adjust it as well. This one is 13.11. No, get out of town. 12.91. 12.91 inches. That's what that's giving me. And now we will do the bust area. Over here it says chest. So let me bring that up. And I will bring this up here. I like to go a little bit, I like to give it a little bit more and then just cinch it in at the sides. It's just easier that way once you're locking it in. Okay, it's locked in and now just cinch it. Whoops. Okay. And we are at 37.2 inches. Confirm. All right. I'm going to save all. It says you want to continue measuring. I just want to keep the same measurements I have. So I'll hit save. And now my measurements have been logged for today. So if I go into history and I want to see what my history looks like, it'll show me. I have for the 28th, I have for the 21, I have for the 28th, the 21st, and the 14th as well. If I wanted to take a look at that, it would show me. But here we are, as you can see. You wanted to check trends. It'll show me my left bicep where I started and where I am right now. So my left bicep from 814 was 14.10 all the way to today, it's 12.91. Sorry, you guys know I get excited. And if I wanted to look at the dates, like again, you see where the little calendar is. You know, there's a little bit of a learning curve to this tape, but it's nothing crazy. Once you figure it out, like it's pretty easy. So let me unhook this. And then you want to slowly retract it. But it's super, super easy to use. Okay. And that is that with the tape. All right, guys, we are going to do the weigh-in. All right, let's take out the scale, guys. The moment of truth. I have not eaten anything today, guys. Just a little bit of coffee early, like a few hours back. So I feel like this is true weight. Right, here we go. $168.2. Okay, so thoughts. I am happy I'm coming down in inches. Weight, it seems like I lost, what, about a pound or so? I was at 169. Was it 169.2 or maybe a pound and a half? I'm a little bit shocked because I felt like I ate less this week and was eating healthier than in previous weeks. So I really did think that I was going to lose a little bit more. I've been losing like a steady 2 pounds every single week, but I am not discouraged. I'm still happy. That is still weight that is going down, and I am happy about that. I'm not even sure if I am extra inflamed this week. So that's another thing to consider. Like, what if I am a little bit, what if I have a little more water weight? That can be a thing. So I'm not really concerned about the scale not dropping drastically. That is totally fine with me. I am still happy with the weight loss. I will say though that it is like I have been eating a lot less this week. And I think it's just been a number of things between the shot really suppressing my appetite. I have struggled to find what I feel like eating. Like, it's just like, do I want to eat? Do I not want to eat? Do I want this? Do I not want that? I don't know. So that has been my thought process the entire week. But I still make it a point to feed myself because if I am too hungry, then I get gassy, bloated, all the things. And yeah, I know we're sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly, but that is the truth. Like that if I don't eat, then I start getting gassy and I start feeling a little bit more bloated. So it's better that I do put something in my system. So the other thing is that I feel that I do look a little bit slimmer from the start of this journey. I've put on some clothes that I feel good in. I have a few reels that I made in the outfits that I've worn this week, and I feel good. Like I feel like I'm finally starting to feel that I look better in my clothes because before I was like an overstuffed sausage. Guys, I mean, like they say in Spanish, una morcilla mal envuelta. That's what I look like. I look like an overstuffed sausage or a sausage that wasn't like wrapped up right. It sounds better in Spanish. Trust me on that if you didn't understand that, but it sounds better in Spanish. I do feel like my back fat is coming down a little bit. Like, guys, I don't know if you could see it here, but it is coming down like compared to what I had. And this is an area that I've always struggled with. You guys say that I look snatched, and thank you so much for the comments. But I do like to wear things that are high waisted and that snatch me in. So, for instance, this is a legging that I am wearing from Fabletics, and it cinches me on the side. So I try to find things and buy things that kind of like help me with that area. I like to look, a little more snatched on the waist. And I had lost like the waist with the weight gain, but I continue to wear things that will suck me in on the sides, like intentionally. So those things are helpful for me. I wear high waisted jeans. I do not like wearing jeans that are cut below the belly button because not only does it give me muffin top, but then it starts giving me a weird indent on the side. So I can take you through a few outfits. I'll probably be doing a haul in a few weeks because I will be buying a few new pieces for fall. So if you guys are interested in that, then drop me a comment. I will be doing a haul on that. But guys, that's really what I have for you today. I hope that this video was helpful for you. And again, I appreciate all your comments. So please drop in the comments how you are doing in your journey, your progress. And just in case you're curious, my starting weight was 177.8. If you haven't seen my first video, that was my starting weight. My goal weight is to be at about 150, 148, but that all depends on how I look. Again, my face is thin. So if I get too skinny, it's not going to look cute. And I don't want to get too thin to the point where this is not looking right. So if I have to deal with a little bit of fluffiness, I am okay with that. My main concern was just getting me out of the 170s for my weight. For my height, I am 5'2". I technically should be at a 120. I would never want to be at 120. Honestly, I think that's too thin for me. I would be happy with, being in the 140s, maybe 150 if it looks good on me, because I'm getting to an age where as you age, your skin gets thinner. And, that's where I am. Like everything is starting to kind of like droop a little bit. So we are trying to keep it up, keep it up. So that's where I'm thinking 150 might be my cutoff. It just depends on how my face looks once I come down. I am not trying to be the skinny mini, like with a hot body at like 18, 20 years old. That is just not going to happen. I want to be realistic about my body goals. But I feel like I can reach body goals also with working out. And no, I haven't really started working out. This week was a very busy week for me. I had a lot of running around to do. We were getting my kid back to school. My husband was going back to work. There was just a lot going on. And I'm also going through these feelings right now. So every week I keep saying the same thing. I'm trying to push myself to work out. I really hope that that's the case. Now that everyone is back to their routine, I need to get into one. And exercising, frankly, might just help me with the feelings of irritability and sadness. I don't know, but we can only hope. All right, guys. I hope that God will bless you in new and amazing ways. Thank you so much for being here and being part of this community. Have a blessed one.